In this video, we are going to cover deploying JasperReports Server on Kubernetes using our Kubernetes secret for database credentials. Agenda of this topic will be as follows. We will be deploying JasperReports Server by passing database details as environment variable with the help of either automatically generated Kubernetes secret or with the help of custom Kubernetes secret. So these are the prerequisites which is required for both of the scenario. We will be requiring Docker image, which should be Jasper Server web app and Jasper Server Buildomatic. If you don't have this image already created, please go and check out the video creating Docker images for JasperReports Server, where we have already explained how to create the images for various scenarios. Also, we should be requiring the repository database that should be already created and loaded. We will be requiring the key store, which should be similar that we have used while generating and loading the database. And whatever the obtained license you have, we should be placed in the proper appropriate format. Okay, we will see the first scenario. Here you can see the end-to-end deployment guide for deploying JasperReports Server on Kubernetes. These are the prerequisites which is required to deploy on our application on Kubernetes cluster. So we will jump into our use case. So first we will see, as I mentioned, automatically generated Kubernetes secret. The most important thing, our repository database should be already created and loaded. So what we will do, first we will go to our DB section in the values.yaml file and we will set our env parameter equal to true and we will be see buildomatic equal to false. Okay, I will show you that the values.yaml file. In my values.yaml file, if you can go to the env part. Okay, in DB we have env. I have marked here as a true. That means I am enabling my environment variable and I have to pass the parameters under JRS. So for example, here I am using the RDS which is hosted on my AWS cloud. So I am using my endpoint of this RDS here. Also, I have mentioned env equal to true. So here I have to write buildomatic enable equal to false. That means whatever the values we have passed to the buildomatic, it will skip and it will take the values from my env. Whatever the value you have mentioned under JRS. Okay, now we are good with the values.yaml configuration. We will proceed further. So here in that, first we need to run this Helm dependency command from this Jaspersoft container Kubernetes path. And then we will proceed to install JRS. It will take few seconds to load. Okay, now we are good with the Helm dependency command. We will install our JRS with the help of this command. Okay, now we will be using this Helm install command to install our JRS application. It will take few minutes to install our application. While it is installing the JRS in background, you can also check the status of pod with the help of kubectl get pod command. Here we can see our two of the pods is running and one is still in the ready state. So we will wait for a few minutes. So here now we can see our all of the pods is up and running. Okay, so we can use the below command to access our Jasper report application. So I will use this URL to access my application. So we can see our login page. I will log in with the help of super user ID super user. So in order to verify that our database value should be taken from the env, we will create a data source with the help of same parameter and we will see. I will go to data source. Here I have to pass my required parameter, whatever the host I have mentioned while passing to the ENV. My DB name is Jasper Server. And my username and password both is the Postgres. So here we can see our connection is passed. That means our values has been taken from the ENV. Okay, as I meant, you can see here I have mentioned buildomatic equal to false, and in default master I have pasted this value. So my default buildomatic properties and my ENV properties are different. So we can verify it has taken from the ENVs. We can also verify they are taking my buildomatic value. So I will copy this DB host. Rest of the parameter as same. So we can see our connection is fails. It means it is taking the values from my ENV. So with this step, we have completed our first scenario. Now we can move on to the next installation instruction, handing over to the Sapnaja.
Thank you, Rutuja. Now we will see our second scenario, how to use Kubernetes custom secrets for deploying JasperReports Server. So as already mentioned, the prerequisite that was set for the scenario 1. So the same prerequisite can be applied for the scenario 2. Moving on to the demo part. So we need to follow the steps in order to use the custom Kubernetes secrets. So the first step will be creating a secret file under the templates folder. So as you can see, here is a sample file, like how we can generate the secret file. Two things that needs to be remembered while creating the file is that all the variable values defined under the data section, it should be encoded in base64 format. And the name that we are going to provide should be unique, and the same name should be used in the values.ml. So in order to get this base64 values, you can use below command. So whatever values will be generated, you can just copy paste here. So now we will go and see how to generate this secret file. Just navigate to templates folder. Now we will generate our secret file. As you can see here, I have passed the database host, which is in the base64 encoded format. And the DB host that we are using is the externally created RDS, which is hosted on the AWS. So also we have provided the secret name. Now we will save this file. So now we will go to our next step. So now what we have to do, we have to edit the values.yaml file and go to the DB section. So this is our values.yaml file. Just navigate to our DB section. Here you have to just provide value as true to the environment and provide the same secret name that we have used while creating our secret file. As you can see, we are passing database detail using the environment. So whatever details we have provided in the secret file will be picked up. and this JRS section will be skipped. And one more thing we need to make sure, just enable buildomatic as false, as we have to pass the database detail using the secret file. Now all the configurations are done. We will move forward to installing our application. So we will just navigate to our KTest path. And this is the command for installation. So this installation might take some minutes. So while the installation is in progress, parallelly you can see like pods which are getting by this installation. So the pods generation is in progress. So here we can see that 2 pods are already up and we are waiting for the third one. So as we can see here now, all the pods are up. That means our application has been installed. So we have to just run these 2 commands and we will get the application URL. So now we will log into our application. I'm using here super user to log in my application. So in order to verify that our application is using the database detail that was passed in a secret file, we have to create data source. So while creating data source, I will pass host database name, username, password that was provided in our secret file. So the host name that we have passed is the RDS one that we passed in the secret file. So similarly, we will fill other details as well, like database name, username and password will be Postgres. Just do the test connection. So here we can see our connection is passed. That means the database details are picked from our secret key that we have passed. And we can also do one more verification. As you can see in the JRS, we have passed this host. So we can just try creating data source using this host. So when we try this, we will find that the connection is failed. So it makes sure that all the database detail which are picked up are from our secret file, not from the Buildomatic. So that's it for our scenario. So now we can conclude for our demo. Thank you.
Thank you.